Welcome to the Startup Grind.
Entrepreneur, educator, philanthropist, dreamer. That's all those words describe Mercy. She starts businesses, she helps people who need it. She does a lot of philanthropy. She fights for wild animals. She's just amazing. And you know how the world today, everyone is trying to project something about themselves. Those of you who are lucky enough to talk to her before she leaves, you'll meet the realest person you've ever met. Like, straight up, no bullshit that will be edited. Straight up, a real person. That is her. And I'm so impressed, and we're so lucky to have her here. And she's going to talk to us about her business. So please, you're holding food. So let's just please put our hands together for Mercy Kitomari. Welcome here. Oh, okay. I'm going to ask you how to get in. Basically, we'd like to know who you are. Who's Mercy Kitomari?
Mercy, mainly she lives in dreamland most of the time. I have my own planet where I believe things are different. I am, for some reason, I believe I'm a pure Libra. Does that make sense to my dreamland? Yeah, pure Libra. It's all the good and the bad of it. And I believe in fair things, being fair most of the time. So when something unfair happens to me, I get really hurt. And I'm the only daughter to my mother. And what else? Who else is Mercy? Yeah, and she has a purpose for things, nice things, creative things. I don't make just normal ice cream, just so you know. Like, I do make the basic, and then after that I make the creative ones.
Like what?
Like, today I was actually making an order for coffee.
Coffee ice cream.
Yeah, I was really tempted to put some cinnamon in it and a bit of vodka or something.
Vodka.
Yeah. That's because I'm all right.
So tell us about your childhood. Like, I know you were born in Lesotho.
Okay.
You grew up in Arusha. You grew up in Tanzania basically till high school. And then you went to UK for further studies.
Yeah.
So tell us how that was like your experience in the three cultures and the things about your childhood that might have driven you into being an entrepreneur.
I don't know, probably the Lesotho part probably has influenced me in the long term that I feel like I'm a traveler. But my childhood, I remember my mom used to keep a cow called Tumaini. And we used to sell milk for students at Machame Girls. And then I'll take the milk and leave some on the side. And when she goes to work, I don't know what I was doing though. I wasn't intending for ice cream, but I know I'll boil it and then put lots of sugar in it and then stir, and then leave it to cool and then put it in the freezer. And then the next day, Mom goes to work. So I guess that's where the whole ice cream thing came from.
How old were you? About how
I was good. So it's often during the times. I'm sure it's around maybe I was standard 5.
Standard 5.
Yeah.
And what about your education? What about your education has brought you to this place where you are today?
education person. I'm not education pro.
Then I should ask you.
I have a very short attention span. A bit dyslexic, a little bit. So Shula is not really, yay, no. But what made me switch is, I'll be honest, like the way you say people, like I'm real. So I'm here, my parents, arrange a goodbye party for me to go to London. And then I get there, I get to go to school. The school is somewhere like a Buguruni area. Oh, Kariako, Kule Karume. But it's in London, full of Indians and Sokoni. You come out and it's like you find stuff being sold on the streets, la 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 la. And I'm like, yo, I left my country, I left my house, I left my family for this. No, mazingira yanachangia. I believe so. Then I quickly switched and went to the course that I was trying to apply earlier and went to right in the middle of central London. So I moved from Kariako to Kostempia. Shuleko, like IFM, how FM is. Yeah. But then because when applications now fanyika hapa, most of us, we don't know where you're going. You get there, and then you find some place where it's licensed. So and some licenses are fake, and all that. So you get there, you have paid a lot of money. You get there, and then it's not really the place where you're expecting, because you expect to go to a proper school. So those things that happen for me to change from law to business.
And has it helped you in any way so far? The business degree?
What do you think? I don't think if it's the degree that has helped me, it's rather it's how my lecturer got me. So he figured me out. First, I moved from sitting right to the back to the front lane because he figured I have an attention of 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, I'm not there. So every 15 minutes, he will snap on me, then I'll come back. And then he also told me to stop thinking in Swahili. That was so rude of him. But it probably affected my way of answering questions in class because I'll translate a question to Swahili, then back to English, and then when I reply back, it doesn't make sense. So the moment I had that moment, like, stop thinking in Swahili, I'll go, okay, right. Now thinking in English only. So it's that relationship I had with my lecturer that helped. Because even at the end of my first degree, he figured, you shouldn't do anything else, just go to an entrepreneur course. Because that's how much, because in a class we're like 18 people. So it's easy for them to know you personally as an individual and your weaknesses and what's good for you and what's not good for you and stuff. So yeah, it has helped.
My lecturer is also the one who made me become an architect. So,
For real?
yeah, teachers actually do play a large part.
They do.
So had you started any other ventures before you started Nelwa's Gelato?
I did.
Really?
First one I did with my cousins. You know that thing they say when you're abroad, you send money and your cousins start a business for you and it never works out? It never really works out. It never works out. And working with the relatives doesn't work out. Yes, it doesn't work out. Lesson learned, we opened a salon. And yeah, I was given a long story, then it disappeared. And then a friend told me they want to start a school and then try to support that. Didn't work out. So I decided to concentrate on working in London. So let me say this. So let me tell you my job history. In London, I try to get a job. And then I get this job at a hotel. Cleaning bedrooms and stuff. And then the first day I go for training, the guy who's taking us training goes, "Are you sure you want to do this work?" I'm like, "Yeah, I need money." And then we go to the work. Started cleaning the first room, second room, third room, fourth room, fifth room. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm out. The training day, I left. I couldn't even stand up. I left. I said, you know what? This is not happening. And then I called my mother. Like, I'm coming home. This is not good. I didn't come to this country to clean toilets. And my mom said, do you know there are people who want that job for you? Don't even call me. So the next day, I went to Oxford Street. There's like 500 shops or 1,000 shops. I said I'll walk one side and give CVs one side. I gave CV every shop. I got one shop. They say they're looking for Christmas temple. So I applied there, River Island. Then that's how I started working. And then on the side, I learned eBay. I don't know. I picked up on eBay later on. Then I started selling ink toners. You do have ink toners here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I buy the ink, I refill, I resell.
Wow.
Yeah. That's how I paid for my masters. Yeah, that's how I paid for my masters. Yeah.
After ink toners, then you came back? Or ink toners were the last business before Nelwa's given?
Oh no! There's one you can't get it on the internet. Only him can know. I used to sell mchicha, chapati, sausages, mihogo,
Really?
maparachichi.
Really?
Yes,
Where?
at Exim.
Oh. During the time you were working at Exim?
Yeah. So I guess it's a thing in me. I just have to be trading or something. So my colleagues will actually say, for your status, why are you carrying mihogos and stuff? I'm like, I'm like, which status? First of all, I do not have a status. Second, I get petrol money, so why not? Because in the middle there, my mama will bring michicha from Arusha, and then I'll sell. And then maparachichi, nitashuka pale kitega uchumi, tasimama na ungo wangu hapo nje mtu akipita. Thank God for my beauty, they stop. No parachichi, ndio narudisha hela ya mama.
Okay.
Yeah, that you can find on the internet.
So,
And it's only you people who know.
you used to sell mchicha. So, now to Nelwa's Gelato.
Nelwas. Right.
How did it start? Where did the idea come from?
It came from a tube light moment. You know the tube light moment, right?
Tube light moment.
I was, my other goal was to take kids that travel, like tours, they come to our university. So you have to take them around London to see museums, all these places and stuff. But then every tour ends at the ice cream parlor in Covent Garden. Yeah. And then in Covent Garden, it's a square like this, and there is Haagen-Dazs in that corner, and then there is another parlor on that corner, and then there is another only food parlor on that corner, only ice cream. Then just behind the corner, there's a frozen yogurt store and another parlor. Very few, let's say around this building, there is 6 parlors. And I was like, this is Europe. And there is constantly hot. Why we don't have it? Then I say, wow. Which is gonna help. Then all the time here. That moment was very exciting.
You decided you're going to do an ice cream company.
I'm going to do an ice cream and that. I'm going to learn on how to make chocolate and ice cream as well. That was motivated by the fact where I was about to come. No, not I was about to come. My visa was running out. And I knew I don't want to stay for any reason or make an effort to stay in London. Because it costs you money and time. There's always other ways you can do that. It costs you a lot of time. And I was like, now I'm going to go home, but being employed, really, it's not. So I think because I've already put that in my head, so the business idea just came naturally. By the time I got home, I did the ice cream school, and then UBP came up, there was a training, the short training for 1 day, and then there was a training for 2 weeks in the following January. That was December 2010.
Training for ice cream.
In 2010. So January 2011, I went to Reading University for a full course of dairy. And then, yeah, that's how I came to do the ice cream.
Why Nelwa Gelato? First, what does Nelwa mean?
It's for me.
Why actually in specific? Why not multi Gelato?
Yes.
It's not
Do you guys, Mercy is really, would you like to have an ice cream called Mercy? Compared to Nelwa's.
Well, I'm still wondering why Nelwa?
Okay, so Nelwa's is really good. This is how it works. My mom told me, my dad gave me a name called Nelwa. It's my global name. My mom didn't like it, and she figured since we were living in South Africa, the place people would have trouble pronouncing it, so she called me Mercy. So Nelwa, the global name is Africa, and Mercy is along the same lines. So yeah, so Nelwa is a big name. And then, everything about you, so. I guess it's how you meet people and develop yourself. So I met somebody sitting at studio, and then I told them my story. And they say, hi, it's an love for you. But then I told them it's important when someone is having an ice cream. They shouldn't have an ice cream, they should have a high class, or a legendary, or a basketball race. Those are the people I look up to. So we figured, race is not really, but Nelwa makes sense. It's more natural, it's more Tanzanian, it doesn't have a Mzungu feeling to it, which still people think it's an American ranch. And then when I tell them it's me, and go, are you sure? Like, I'm not sure. But then, yeah. So when we arrived, after telling him my full name, we came back to the picture and drew a picture of the gifts with the real and Nelwa's. So we then had Nelwa's this time with Nelwa's chocolate, Nelwa's vanilla, with Nelwa's shoes, Nelwa's power.
Nelwa's house.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess you're rich.
So, yeah, I guess. So, tell us about the first days of Nelwa. Like, I know you were working that time when you started, and you worked for about a year or so.
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, that's the time I gave myself, like 2 years. Enough time.
How did you do that?
No, the thing is the thing about having the old things that say you need to write down your goals and write down your plan. It's kind of bad. And when you can't meet your own deadlines, it can drive you crazy, right? So I have now a deadline that 2 years I enough to have myself blending. There are so many forces that happen around that 2 years. But then the 2 years were just enough. Like, I resigned 2 years and 1 month exactly. Because I knew if I stayed, 2 years and 2 months. If I stay longer, then that's it. I won't do it. I'll be defeated. But then the journey started from tasting, making dough at home, and then bringing for my colleagues at everything to taste. They had a lot of free testers, and until I started realizing it cost me a lot of money. And then one day in the coffee room, the lady asked me, "How much?" "What? How much? Okay. How much?" I started thinking, okay. I say 5,000. She said, "Here." I go, "Oh, okay. Now I can actually make money out of this. I can stop selling mandali right now. No more chapatis." Then I started bringing 1 liter tubs to to the office. You should see, have you seen my first Instagram post?
Yes.
And then people place order during the week. I'll produce in the night, and then I will sell on weekends. That's when I go to do deliveries and stuff, and then produce more. And during the week, I'll try to avoid actual sales in the week because it's tiring. So after work, from 5, I get home around 4:45. I change, I go to the kitchen, I start producing. I go to bed like around 2, and I'm at exit by 7 in the morning.
Wow.
Happy days.
Wow.
So right now, when I'm with my staff and they say like, I see them like complaining, I'm like, niggas. Whoa, where I started. So I had a data that she's so from the village and we were doing it together. So I'll be like, I don't know, me not no, I mean, by the time I leave, I'm like, I've been at this. As I go, I make a bash. And then, now, when I look back, I'm like, okay, something has to be done. And that had to stop the moment where I was pushed to that part where I say, okay, enough of this managers delivery. So the part where I say 2 years right now, so as soon as then, was the time figure like, bado kweli. Naona mambo wote tujapata investment kwa sababu mimi I thought I'll walk into a bank, I've got a business plan, then am I going to say?
Yes, we'll do the
Shall we say?
once every month.
Thank you.
So thank you.
I walk into a bank, I give them the business plan, and then they will immediately give me money. The ice cream, come on. Because I think a receptor is very, very highly profitable business. Like, within the first 3 years, your return is like over 500, whatever times that you do the math. So I think someone will understand. So I've been working around the business plan. I've met all sorts of people. The real estate part as well, I've met them who they are so intentionally different from my business plan. How we go from meeting to meeting. And by the time they say the intention, you're like, you could have just stayed. And I could have made up your mind.
We needed to be clear about that.
What?
They hate you. And they pretend they want a business plan.
Yeah.
Wow. Man.
You're gonna be like, you don't do that.
We'll have this discussion.
So I've mentioned Rockstar as well. People who say you show them the business plan, they see an opportunity to create their money. And I've met people who take a complete opportunity doing their business, they learn it to the best, and they go do it themselves. They begin thinking. At that point, I cried for one night, not one day. I was allowed to cry for one night, but then all of my friends were like, wake up tomorrow morning, you're doing hours. And at that moment I say, I don't care. I just know what I'm doing. It doesn't matter. And then with friends that I have, that is not really going to work. Because the next day, like the games there, we start together later. They're already put together some money, and they're going to go about my first goals. I don't pray that I get it granted. Then I get to go to some because from my couple, she's friends with mom called Arda, and say, tell your daughter to bring that to some. So, yeah. And that is a very low cost. And this is my goals. I'm not doing it anymore. So my friends are like, that's fine. doing some cassava, which is too much work. I was missing work a lot. I figured, okay, now I'm either getting myself fired or just resign and get a good taste. So I wrote a letter and I left a good taste. Hence, I can only say where I was working.
Some people are high cost.
Yeah.
So 2 years down the line, suddenly you're doing this food.
Yeah.
So how was that like? There are friends who supported you. Was there anyone who was like, no, this is the wrong?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. To date, people believe that it's wrong.
Really?
Yeah. Most people that I've met, they say, why don't you start it? Why don't you get your nubu, your cousin nani to do the work while you're doing the work, while you get successful, that's when you need your job. It has never worked. Show me someone who has got a relative to do their business successful. No. No one will do something for you. They put their time, and then you to be successful, like, it doesn't make sense. And when you put your time in there, when you're actually working it physically, that's how it moves from one level to the other, to the next. And that's where you learn. That's where you feel it. That's where you push yourself harder. That's where you know, okay, I need to try something else. I need to try this other angle. I need to try this other angle. But then you keep trying. But then, if you see it somewhere else, doing someone else's job, or someone else is doing your dream, it doesn't make sense. If you have a dream, I tell you, where to start. Just when I was about to come back from London, I went for a CD surgery. You pay money, pay a good amount of money. Good amount of money, like $500 equivalent, for someone to fix your CD, so that when you work into an office, you get a proper job, yeah? I sit there, I do my QIQ for like 2 hours, and then by the time I get to talk to the guy, I say, okay, what would you like to be doing in 5 years? Woo! I like to be running my business. I like to be running a business in ice cream. They say, yeah, that's it. That's what we're going to do. He tore my CD, and he said, yeah, consultation is over. You pay X amount of money for me to tell you that. Goodbye. Wow.
$500 gone.
Yeah. So you can imagine, I was mad. But then, so it's, when you put it in your mind, things work that direction. And then you get home, you start. And then you feel the need of actually doing it full time and maybe bringing it to life. Because my sole mission was, for me, I understood now, the problem is this is not Europe. Stop comparing. This is a learning process. So stop comparing, stop complaining. And with time, people will understand what you're doing, and then you'll get the right investment required for your business. And then after that, you will come into the market as a bigger player, someone who looked at the ice cream industry and looked at the whole dairy industry as whole, and you did something different from the way I produced it. So since then, it has always been a learning process. And I'm so glad that, how all the time they say you should start small? That's the only way you can start. So if I didn't start small, you won't meet me today, right? It's all those small steps that get you to the level where you're heading to. And since my bigger picture is not yet neat, so I'm still finding my way. And in the process, I need people now telling me I'm successful, which I'm grateful, because what I most want to achieve is people to know me first for the right reasons, that I make ice cream, to know Nelwa as a brand, and to appreciate what I mean. Please achieve that. they got to fly. And then someone sees a success, but I don't even, I don't need to, I don't know, some are something. In my books, I haven't even started.
Okay.
No, I haven't even started.
Okay. Let's talk about your fast food break. Okay, big, now that you haven't started, it's big in the small context. Yeah? Your
My first big break was here I am at Salaam with my fancy cabs sitting there in a small machine that produces 1 liter in 1 hour. So for me to produce 10 liters, I have to stay up for 10 hours. I'm at Salaam. Chef so and so, I make ice cream. Yeah, let's try. And they try. They say, can you make big liters? Oh, I asked, how long? They go, 50 liters a week. I go, yes. Yes, I can do that. My heart was always coming out. Because just a night before that, I learned something on the internet that just say yes, and figure it out. So I just say yes, and I go, yes, I can do it. Thank God. For them to order something, it takes a whole lot of back office approvals and lots of paperwork. It took them at least 4 months before they placed their first order. I was good then. By the time they placed an order, like, how many liters? Did you say 10? Good, you got it tomorrow morning. Because by then the machine has broke down long time. I've already rented another one.
Rented?
Yeah. You don't just buy an ice cream machine like that. They are pricey.
How much?
Hey! Imagine my face when I had that moment of saying I'm going to start an ice cream parlor all over Tanzania. I'm going to have them in so many places in Dar. Then I get home, I tell my friends and my cousins that we're staying together in London, I'm going to start an ice cream parlor. It's going to be all over Tanzania. I'm going to have so many parlors in Dar you cannot believe, just like Covent Garden. They go, okay, the dreamer. Now calm down.
Practicality.
Let's tell you, it doesn't work that way. Okay. The money needed, a basic investment for ice cream is like machines.
You said 400 million.
Yeah.
400 million.
Yeah.
Wow. Machine.
I'm saying to you to start fully an ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Plus labor and everything. A proper business.
Yeah, with the right machinery,
Yes.
a complete product line. Now I understand why not everyone is in that business. Thank God it's that expensive. But then Chinese have tried to make it easier for us, so we all have an opportunity. I see it as a good thing to me. Yeah, but then when you meet the professionals and you tell them that there's an ice cream machine from China, they really fight hard because all the ice cream machines come from Italy and they're known for best ice cream machines, but they cost an arm and a leg. One equipment is 25,000 euros. You need batch razor, pasteurizer, display. You need 4 of them. 25,000 euros. You need 4. That's just machines. And then you haven't even, with that machine you need a proper place to, rent and stuff. And then you need a shop. And make it fancy and put all the colors and all this things that make people. So it's a challenge. It's the moment I heard about that, I was like, how much is that in shillings? They say it to me, I go, okay, banks give you that? They said, yeah, but no, not really.
They don't give it one.
No, they don't. I know that for sure. I've been to banks. Tell you to bring your mother's head first before they give you that money. Oh, Lord Jesus. Anywho's, where were we?
So, now Nelwa's Gelato has been operating
My
for many
biggest
years.
break was Southern Sun, by the way.
Southern Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many liters a week?
How many liters?
The first time.
The first time when I started,
Yeah. Southern Sun.
they ordered 10 liters.
And today?
Today, now, for them, they don't still order the same kind of ice cream. For them, I make them boutique ice cream. You know, like coffee with Jack Daniels.
Coffee with Jack Daniels.
Yeah, avocado with basil. Stuff like that.
I'm not an alcoholic, but that sounds nice.
So, like, already the main ice cream person who already supplies ice cream is doing it at a very affordable price. I cannot compete on price. I can only compete on differentiation, where I am a direct person to the chef. A chef comes to me and say, I want you to make a banana rum ice cream. I just say, okay. This, how much, like, do you want me to put half a bottle or a whole bottle? Or you just tell me. And we do that. So I make bespoke ice cream for these hotels, not your average hotel ice cream. And I enjoy it. And that's what Nelwa's is about. It's enjoying. For me, the aim for Nelwa's is to share with Tanzanians the experience of an Italian ice cream in Tanzania. People travel from all over parts of the world to go to Italy for gelatos. And I want to bring that Italian experience here, but then made in a Tanzanian way. Meaning gelato mean fresh ice cream. You actually process it freshly. It's not stored for months and months and months. And you actually use fresh flavors and stuff like that. I literally use as fresh as it can get. Yeah.
Fruits.
I go sokoni, I buy, I can make.
So, tell me about marketing. You know, I'm just started my own farm, but this is not about me. Marketing is like one of the hardest things I've had to do in Dar es Salaam. How do you market Nelwa's Gelato?
It depends on which angle you're standing at. You know, marketing is not you hiring people and telling them to do it for you. People buy the heart of what you're doing. It's how you connect with people. It's not buy. Because marketing right now, it's for your business to get places. It's how innovative you are rather than how you show to your people's face and tell them buy. It's they buy the story. I learned this from a women entrepreneur thing in London at the British Library. They said clearly, there's a lady that said, people buy the story. People buy the problem you're solving. People buy the association they're feeling with you. People buy how your product makes them feel, not how it makes you feel. That's what people buy. They don't buy into names just because. That's how the big brands are out there, because those brands make these people feel different. You know, when you have when you're owning a Mercedes, it's how it makes you feel. It's not how Mercedes feel. So that's what is it about. That's marketing. You have to be as raw and honest as possible to these people and share the story. Everything else, they'll do it for you. And thanks to social media, we have that platform of communicating with people. You don't need a billboard for that. If you see me on a billboard, just know it's paid for by someone for free.
Not you.
You,
Social media.
well, social media and myself. And yeah, little flyers here and there, giving people directions. That's it. But then so far, I've got to where I am by people, references from friends, people who I don't even know, that they refer me to somebody else, and then I get a call and I go, oh, okay, that's me, that's my name. I got your name from so and so. I go, who is that person? I don't even know them. But then it's people. Because when I got back now 4 years ago, I didn't know no one in there. I didn't know no one in the social circles. But I made sure that when I want them to know, when I want to be known, I want to be known for only one reason. I want to be known for ice cream. I'd rather someone not call me Mercy, call me Nelwa's or Ice Cream Mama. It's okay. But then they know what I do rather than any other name. And when you have that, that's you, that's your marketing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're about to start questions from the audience. So start preparing them. I'm asking the last two questions. So first question is, what has
Okay.
what has surprised you the most about doing business in Dar and having your own company here?
Honestly, it's the support.
Really?
I've gotten so much support. It's unbelievable. You have the notion where people say, Wabongo, you know, they're just bad people, they're mean people, they la la la. But look back. I've gotten so much support, I can say that, you know. And I'm growing with the same Wabongo that you say they're bad. So there's, besides the whole hassle and the whole running delays and dishonest people and all that, there's so much support, it's unbelievable. Yeah.
And lastly, like, what have you learned, like, insights about doing business here? Like, what are like the 2 or 3 things that we absolutely have to do if we want to succeed in the DAR market? And maybe 2 or 3 things that we should not do if we want to succeed in the DAR market?
Okay, I don't know if there are 2 or 3, but the number one thing, when you start your business, you say, okay, you start your small idea and, you know, you go to God and tell God, you know, I have this idea, I want to start, to bless me and all that. And then you hang in there for 6 months, it's not working, you move to the other one. Then go to the other one and say, God, please help me with this idea, la 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 la. Stop confusing God. Just stick to one thing. Because during that time, he's testing you, the people you meet, and all that. So what I'm trying to say is, business is not an overnight success. It's time. If only you can buy time. Like, time is what keeps you going. Time is what people see you again and again and again. That's how I got my more orders from hotels. Is like, they have to see if you're here to stay or you're just passing by. So first year, she's still around, she'll give up. Second year, I'm still there, okay, you might as well just call her. She knows what she's doing. There's that. That's how it works. It's time. Patience, I don't know, I can't teach someone patience. But in the journey is hard. I appreciate the difficulty. I know the difficulty. But it's so much worth it when you wait. Because for you to be relevant in a market, people have to see you and see you and see you and see you. And success actually takes 10 years. It doesn't take 1 or 2 or 3 or 5. 10 years. That's when you see something actually having a tangible difference in the market. So, and most of the time I compare myself, I don't compare, I look into, like, let's say Baresa in terms of Tanzania. And he's been doing it for more than 30 years. He is where he is today. Who am I to be here for just 2 years and go, I'm successful? It takes time and stick to one idea. Use all means possible to make it work. So long as you believe in it, you've done your research, you know it's what you want to do. You know, 10 years down the line, I want to be known for, I invented a different light. Oh, I started this business, I did this. But then stick to it. It's not overnight, it's time. I don't know how much I can insist on time. Like, I appreciate time so much. I know the value of time and the value of wasting time, the cost of wasting time. When you're doing something else for somebody else, well, you can spend those hours putting in work into what you want to do. Does that make sense? Yeah. And honesty to yourself, it's very important. The moment you're honest to yourself, that you're not lying to yourself, that you're not trying to impress anyone, everything else will work. Because you'll be honest to other people. Because I know we live in a shady world, I know that. But then it's very important to be honest to yourself for you to be able to judge yourself. Therefore, you're not disappointed by people's opinions. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Okay. So that's the end of me asking Marcy questions. So I open it up to the audience. Like anyone with a question. I've seen Oscar's hand up first. Don't know whether you can have the mic on that side. One mic for the question.
First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for putting this thing together. I think it's about time. I think such forums, such opportunities to have people share their experiences to help other people try to do the same thing is really, really awesome and powerful. My name is Oscar. I just have a few questions for you about your journey. And we go like this. So we have debates all the time with people and read about things on the internet about people getting into entrepreneurship or business for the wrong reasons. Between the money and the passion, which do you follow? Are you getting into business because there's a lot of money, selling ice cream, selling Cadillacs? Or are you passionate about making ice cream? Are you passionate about making Cadillacs? Is it one or the other? Is there something in between? Do you have anything to say about that?
It's the passion. From the moment the idea came into life, it was just based around the passion. The only thing I'm thinking of is like, I'm going to make lots of ice cream. Until when I realized, oh, that should just be a business to make ice cream instead of machines and all this stuff. So the passion is what keeps you going. Because when there's no money, you will stop right there. So that this is the passion. I don't know how I can explain to you the passion. Maybe you should come and see me next year.
If you give me free ice cream, I'll understand the passion. I have a few more questions. Can I ask you more questions?
Okay.
Now, being an entrepreneur, getting into business, obviously you have challenging days. So what do you do to stay motivated when you're discouraged?
I do have those moments many times that I found a refuge in reconciling my relationship with God, trying to have an intimate relationship with God. That's what is not working. I'm still working on it, but I realized, because people don't understand this craziness that I had going on. It's hard for parents to understand, it's hard for even the closest friend to understand. You know, when there's so deep lows that it then the next day something happens, I completely forget what happened yesterday. They look at me and go, what do you want, friend? They go, what? That's all. But then I found so much strength in Jesus.
That's cool. Personally, how do you know ice cream that Jack Daniels you talked about? One last question. Someone has a dream or an idea. What should they do next? What would be your advice to someone who just wants to start?
Bring it to life. Give it life. Give it life. Give it a name. Everything else will follow.
Thanks.
Everything else will follow.
Thank you very much. I must say,
Is that the question?
Okay, now it's believed that female entrepreneurs face some specific, or if I can call, some challenges which are different from men. But I have just learned that they have got lots of support when we are doing this business. Now, are there any particular challenges that you have faced because you are a female entrepreneur, or are they?
I have these challenges, and when I say support, I don't mean the financial support. I mean support you get from absolute strangers that come and say, wow, I love ice cream. I'm going to tell my family this, and we're going to have ice cream party. The first person who supported me in the history of operations, afterwards, she posted this peanut butter ice cream, and since then, it's just been going on. I'm like, okay, all right. Then we had 50 followers. I go, how does this work? And then that's the support I mean. There are people you don't expect that support you. And then there is challenges as a woman. First, to my family is that I do very hard work and therefore I don't present enough for them. My answer to that is always the right one will come who is up for the challenge, of course. I don't want to be happy. Please. It has to be someone who's coming to balance. Who's going to balance us, not to come and talk me down, because I don't know about that. There's that. And then there is challenges. The best part now of being single and entrepreneur, most of people that I meet who are big businesses, they need to be single and men. So,
Easier.
it's easy to start a conversation, and maybe I know that this had a conversation and I hope that something will happen. Yeah. There's that. So, it's kind of that, like, please, can you send me this question? Now, I'm explaining it. And then it was decided whether it's here and you go. So, the challenges to learn there is how you work around them. And without challenges, it's nothing. Like, I can't. I enjoy challenges anyways. Yeah. So you gotta run up something.
Yeah. My next question is maybe what advice do you have to the young ladies? Because frankly speaking, we are afraid of doing businesses, both men and women. But I think when it comes to ladies, I think they are more afraid than men because of this whole conception and so on. So what advice do you have to these young ladies?
One thing for sure, for the ladies, like, all this business of show me a business plan, all that, it's not real. Just, you show me the money, I show you the business plan. That's how it works. Because you learn on seconds, and you can wait months. And some limitations completely nothing to do with your business. So that's why. And no one gives out money. Yeah. So you work with what you have, money will come to you. I know that, I've heard that happen. No one gives out money. Work with what you have, someone will come to you. And you will want to support you in the right form way, with lawyers and signatures and all that.
Okay. Right, has it.
Of course. So maybe one comment.
Before you ask, one question, please.
Okay.
One question from us.
Actually, I wanted to comment on that. It would be nice to just have one question and pass it on, because then other people will actually have a chance to talk. So my question is, we at Buni, we support entrepreneurs, but one of the challenging stages of entrepreneurship is, when you don't have funding and when you haven't started yet developing, actually getting money. When you start getting money, then the other challenges, you can face them very easily. But that stage where you don't have a job, and you are so passionate about something, and then you don't have financing. I know, like, let's say other places where they put in seed funding, which is something that Tanzania, it's actually not there. So maybe coming into your area, how did you cross that? Was it family or friends? And what is the advice for the people here who are struggling to do that and they don't have financing? Yeah.
Well, when I was in London, it was easy because by then I was hustling. So when I say hustling, it's like I buy it, resell, buy it lower, sell higher, make a few bucks here, a few bucks there, make my way. When it comes to Tanzania, there's no formal way of doing things. But then you have read the Apple story, the Microsoft story, the Oprah story, that none of them started with money. Did they? They all started in careers. So as me, I started in my kitchen with what I had. What I had then was enough to afford me a small machine, a 200-pound machine, and I'll go and start making 1 liter, just 1 liter. When someone moved 1 liter, I went back, buy the ingredients for the next liter, then sell 3 liters the next day. That's how I started. So always, if you're passionate enough, this is not the right word. Because you're passionate enough, you will find ways to make it work. An entrepreneur, it doesn't mean just a level. An entrepreneur means someone who improvises with what they have to make it happen. It's you knowing, come rain, come sunshine, this doesn't happen. You will find it.
Need to have a lead. Those are 3 minutes.
Maybe anyway.
Hi everyone. Welcome. I actually wish I had a question. I don't. But I'd like to just commend you. I feel you're the real deal. I must say, before yesterday, I hadn't had Nelwa's Gelato. And I hadn't had a startup brand either before yesterday. So Emmanuel invited me. And I read your short bio online. And I was like, realize, the most genuine person. Okay, I can't wait to see this. But I see your passion, I see your drive, and I see your genuine, your realness. My wife has gone away from me. But I'm sold, and I'd just like to commend you, and I wish you the best. And I love ice cream. I hope you taste it soon.
Okay, now I'm ready.
Thank you for having us, and thank you for your time. Okay. I wanted to ask, how do you deal with the competition and the, let's say like the haters, let's say the haters of the, because unless somebody's, when it comes to success, there's always some people who want to take you down. Because they're either sometimes in government institution, the corruption, because major problems you do face if you're starting a business, you do have a lot of challenges. There are people who try to put you down before you even start, even if your idea is good. How do you deal with that?
First of all, I'll be blunt and say what makes us businesses. And competition is how it works. When you look into competition, you'll end up looking into competition, get motivated. Just look on your link, keep going. Competition will always be there. That's business. Just keep going. Because they don't have what I have. Can you just say, let us feel like, I like the only African lady who has an ice cream thingy going on. I can just say like Least African. Not everyone has that, right? Everyone has their own star. Everyone has their own journey. When you start looking into competition, you won't get where you're going. Competition is there for you to study and go, right. They need that. Don't go into the same you wouldn't be different. They're there. But then you can't focus on those. Focus on the positive things.
Thank you very much.
Lady, gender sensitivity.
I'm really glad I got the line. I'm guessing that you meet a lot of people who want you, and you're top, like you have to deal with so many people. So I'm really curious with practically your leadership experience. I know it's really hard, and I would really love to know that.
To be honest, that, from one day I get started, I didn't know everything else that comes with it. I didn't know, when stuff goes wrong, I go, why are you calling me that? Like, why? I don't, but then they call me that in one time. That's what they're calling me that. But I have more. We are together, we communicate. You have your part, I have my part. My part is to make sure this business grows. You have to make sure I have to come back from a client. If I've done to any production, but then we communicate and we discuss things. I don't have legal how do you call it? Is it democratic? Oh, no, that's I wouldn't say democratic. How do you call it? There's different types of leadership.
You mean your leadership style?
Yeah.
Friend leadership. In our class, we call that friend leadership.
Friend leadership. No, that's not Let's just say, we communicate. And I prefer communication rather than pointing fingers. If there's a mistake, okay. Like one day, just something happened and I found that the place was prepared for me. It wasn't prepared, whatever reason. I was mad because it came back expecting to find a ready so that I could do something with it because I had my own orders that I didn't communicate. So I didn't communicate.
One last question.
There are so many ways of measuring success as an entrepreneur. I would like just to point out maybe sometimes good when we hear someone is having a successful business financially. How do you measure your success compared to where you started, where you are now? Things like maybe your turnover or something like that. How do you measure your success?
As I said earlier, I haven't started. Does that make sense to you?
Not really. I mean, there should be a certain success. That's why you're here in front of us.
The success is, what I measure success is not how you will measure it. For me, my success was to be known as a brand, what I do, and how I do it. Because investment required to do what I do is not easily acquired here in Tanzania. Or to get honest business partners to go and do business with them, it's not easy. So, I've lived off my business for the year. It's going to 3 years now. That's fine. But then I don't have the full heat of production. That's why I feel I haven't even started. Because the whole experience of making gelatos is all on another level from what I'm doing now. Right now, I'm improvising. I classify it by hand. I just have a battery and equipment between batteries and another one. So, and I freeze freezing different things on ice cream, so it's that. So I still wonder where yet. Ask me this question next year.
Say it again?
Ask me the same question next year.
I hope I'll have that chance.
As we have since the beginning. Okay, one, then the last.
Hello. Yeah, I've listened to the presentation. I think I really liked it. And I'm glad that I accepted the man of the invitation to be here. He knows we have history. So I just wanted to, I think we all are aspiring to be entrepreneurs and making big in business. But I think the challenge, especially the young guys, is that there's so much happening around them because they're trying to grow up. There's relationship, girlfriends. There's a lot that is distracting them from achieving their goal. So how would you advise, especially the young ones? Okay, let me just, I think I'm a bit older than most of in the audience, but how would you advise them to focus on the goal of making a good and strong business and just focusing on that? Because I think there's a lot of energy that is getting wasted by young people doing things that probably, if they could avoid doing them, they can actually, let's say, reach the stars.
Okay. So I'll tell them what I meant first. To Sharon. First, switch off the TV. Seriously. Just forget TV exists. News is even worse. You will listen to the news and you feel like the world is coming to an end today. It's so depressing. I wish news should just cartoon news. Jesus. More news from the beginning to the end. The politics, that, mafuriko, ajali, yeah, this being banned, huyu kama kama hii. What do you learn from it? I don't know the news unless I'm on it. By the way, I was on BBC. But then just switch off TV, forget it. It doesn't help you. The people that are in TV, they're paid to be there. They don't even watch it. Why are you watching it outside again? For what? Then I don't understand. Then, I believe men will kill me right now. Football. The amount of time you see to learn football. Don't get me wrong, Man United But you learn football and discussing football at a bar. If you are at home, just Googling around and just say, okay, how do you study new brand of clothing? You'll get so much out of it than discussing football. I believe all these engagement things, they are for the lazy people who have nowhere to go, who don't have direction, who don't have plans to be anyone in the future. They're just going to have a mediocre life and that's it. That's what entertainment is for, that. But then, for a real entrepreneur, honestly, you have to be about that and see the bigger picture. And I've made a choice that relationship is not a priority right now. Because the business is taking so much over. I can't share it. I'll be biased. And it's very rare to find someone who understands that and supports it with them. That will go. It's okay. You can go to a meeting, you can go. For a guy who has a security, if I say I'm going to a meeting full of men, they'll go at this house. And then you're sitting down and they don't understand the communication that you have to have. Sometimes it's not the formal things you do, it's the informal communication that you have someone that they call you and go, do you know, I have a party, can you do like 20 liters for me? That's because of the informal relationship you have with them, not too informal, but then the friendly one that you acknowledge them as humans, as friends, as people. So, as an entrepreneur, you need to make the choices, and you have to live with them. Make the choices, you have to live with them. I don't have a TV. I do not. It was stolen, and I was happy. It was stolen. Because before it was stolen, my mom insisted that I had a TV. And then it was stolen. I was like, because you have Twitter, you have WhatsApp, you already have Facebook. What can you do? I've watched the whole of Empire series. So I'm not that out of date, am I? So you need to pick your choices and stick to them. Make a choice and be happy to live with it for the rest of your life. Yeah.
Last.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Ruben. And yeah, Ruben. And I'm very happy I hear your story. And there's one thing I heard from you and keep coming in my mind, and I make a logic. You won't let someone live your dream while you are doing something else. Just take a simple logic that can you go to sleep and let someone dream your dream? No. So it's just simple that you can let it to someone to do what you want to do or what you want to successful, And the second thing I wanted to ask is, now you are a leader. I think that, and I don't think that you are a boss, you are a leader to your own business. And I think you have held the focus where you are going. So I just want to know, on your focus, where are you seeing yourself in 5 years to come?
In 5 years to come, I believe by the time we'll be having an East Africa presence, like at least a branch in Nairobi and a branch in, I'd like to have a branch in Rwanda, in terms of being a franchise or one of the two. But then, Nelwa is bringing the vision of Nelwa is to be the planetary icons of Africa. So the way we're building the brand, the way we're building the brand is So that when someone, before someone thinks, okay, I should franchise someone else, but then there's this brand that's doing well in Tanzania, why don't I franchise this? So our key thing is to stick to quality and making it fun. So when someone else looks at this brand, they can easily see it's a successful brand that is doing well in any happen. That's where I see it. And the household being almost always possible with everyone and always
Okay, thank you.
So we've come to the end of this amazing event with massive Kitomari. Before we end, the other day I was in Nairobi and I saw such, this will sound a bit mellow, so I saw such a beautiful sunset. And I'm a photographer. Once in a while I try to take good photos. And then the colors just reminded me of all these images that we see on Nelwa's Facebook page and the photographs of the really good ice cream. So I decided that for this talk, and because you're so nice to us, we're going to make you a photograph of sunset. It's a bit abstract. It's not what you see, just like your ice cream, but it just reminded me of you. And yeah, it is. That's it. Sunset.
We call it the sunset of Africa. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming to Set Up Grind.
It's very exciting. Thank you.
Can I start?
So karibu sana tena. Next time, I'm sure you're gonna be back here when.
I don't mind.
Yeah, and we'll be very glad to have you.
Do I get a bigger present then?
Than this next time. We'll see. Talk to me nicely.
I'll get you my acting.
So, guys, this has been a great talk. For those of you who are here with me and not elsewhere, mind. And I think this lady deserves a standing ovation. So please stand. There's lots of food. We budgeted for so many more than the people who came, so please indulge yourselves. If you have people at home who might be going to bed hungry, take some food for them. Enjoy.